Hello everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich. So for $74,000, every number's a winner. But we would make $926,000 tokens. All we gotta do is have our number actually stop. But it's not going to. It's not gonna stop on the jackpot thing. I mean, it's fine, cause like we're only gonna. Yeah, we only lose 2,000 tokens doing that. So you logically could. Now the problem with this is that it takes forever. Like I'm gonna roughly time this and see how long this takes. But I mean, if you have this to stake, then you know every single spin, unless you hit the treasure chest, you will lose 2,000 tokens, which is the same as betting 2,000 tokens on one number, because every single one of these numbers pays off at 72,000. You spend 74,000 to cover them all. Now, that being said, if any of them, if the ball just matches up with the jackpot symbol at the top of the wheel, you win $1 million. So, I mean, you really would have to, you'd have to do 5,000 spins, I think. Maybe 500. Yeah, 500 spins without landing on the jackpot symbol to not break even here. Or to not make money. I mean, it's unlikely. The only problem is, this setup just took me longer than a minute. It takes like a minute and a half every time we have to set this up. And again, I'm not a slacker here. This is pretty optimal movement. You can't just hold down the button, otherwise you put tokens in between the numbers, which don't help you, I can't imagine, with your jackpot bet. And here we go. Again, we obviously automatically win. We just don't land on the jackpot symbol. And we lose 2,000 tokens. I mean, again, you have to have the stake to do this. You have to have, you have to have about 100,000 tokens to do this for 20 spins. Because obviously, once you drop below 74, you can no longer do it. But it works as a strategy. If your strategy is to try to hit the jackpot, this would work. I mean, it's taking up a lot of my time. But all I need, like I said, all I need now is the ball to line up with the thing at the top. That's it. Because every number's a winner. And we know we can hit it on the treasure chest space. So if you can hit it on 12 or 14, you can just as easily hit it on 13 or 16 or 19. So all these are valid choices. One of the things we have to watch out for, though, is to not do something like this and then not think about it, because then if we hit on that number, we don't get the full jackpot, because, it depends on what our stake is. This is a boring strategy. It's horribly boring, and I'm not going to make you watch me do it anytime after this. I'm going to come back and let you know how it went after I've made it work. Because it will work. There's no reason this wouldn't work. I mean, like I said, we're only losing 2,000 to spin. We're losing 2,000 to spin betting on one number that doesn't hit. So, I mean, in this way, we're actually covering the entire wheel. We're guaranteeing a win every time. No. And we missed it by a couple spaces. But again, we only lost 2,000. And we will win every time. It'll never say like, oh, too bad. Yeah, I wish we could just hold down. Or there was a repeat bet option. That would be even nicer. Let's just do a different pattern here to keep ourselves interested. Although this isn't very interesting. I suppose we could talk about our lives. I don't know. How's your life going? Vertical Sandwich, it's great to be alive! Yeah, I mean, it's better than the alternative, right? I mean, like, we don't really have, you know, you're like, life stinks. Yeah, well, okay, but there really isn't, like, other life or, like, life 2.0 or anything like that. Like, if, you know, you could change your life or you can stop living, and, stopping living is, you know, zero sum. It's like, you don't have options past that. If not living, if the opposite, if the thing other than living isn't good, you can't go back. You can't be like, oh, that sucks, I want to go back to living. And you're gonna find out what death's like eventually anyway. I mean, I hope you don't. I really hope you don't. I mean, I hope that the aging process is completely cured and people live forever by the time you would have to worry about it. But I mean, I'm not banking on that. 74,000. That's our bet. So we're 7 minutes in, and we've done this like 4 times. That sounds about right. 1.5 minutes apiece. See, I need to move farther than that. And again, it's crazy that this is only costing us 2,000 and guarantees a shot at the jackpot. This is a way better strategy. Like I said, it's taking way longer, but I hate it when it does that. I'm not pushing a button when I'm moving it like that, and sometimes it just drops a chip for some reason. I don't know if it's like I have input stored somehow. I said I was gonna shut this off. Because this really is boring. This is one of the most boring things I've ever done. This is actually almost worse than Casino Strategy and Dragon Quest VIII with those stupid squares of stuff. Which you could do that on this casino game, or this roulette game as well. It doesn't work quite. It didn't work quite as well for me. I don't know why. So this will, honestly, this will be the last spin we do with this horrible to watch setup. And then what I will do is, like I said, I will leave and we will see if I can, if this works for me. I really, at this point, would be happy to just put it once. I mean, I've been trying this for like an hour, just trying different strategies and doing research. Which, by the way, research for strategies is something that everybody should do. Because then you could help me out. If all the people asked me how to do things in video games, like just went to my LPs and just went like, hey, how do you do this? If all those people did research, then they, you know, then I would have better strategies. Oh, I don't think it's going to make it around. Nope, it's not. Alright, so I will talk to you guys later. Hello everybody. Okay, so that strategy actually worked, but for some reason I did not decide to record any video of myself buying Pep Pips or buying anything from the casino. But we did eventually hit the jackpot by buying every number. And it paid us $1 million. So I bought 20 Pep Pips. Well, not 20. I mean, I made sure I have 20. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go set up for an experience grind that should kind of break this game. And the way it works is you essentially pep people up for the Hallelujah, The Hallelujah, whatever it's called. I know this. I know this. Hallelujah. Pep power, and then you pep people up for the electrolyte pep power, which will give you more stuff from metal monsters. And then you use Dirge of the Undercell to put those metal monsters to sleep, and you use critical hit skills to, you know, crit hit the metal monsters. So that's what we will be doing, is we will be trying to make that work and seeing how it works, and, you know, upping our stats for kind of the coming post-game adventure. So I'm going to choose to do it here, and what we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to save, because one of the problems with Electrolyte is it's random, right? So you can either get metal monsters, or you can either get metal monsters, or you can get, oh, what do I want to say? Robots. And if we get robots, it's useless. This is useless to us. Now, Hallelujah will also guarantee that the monsters drop stuff, which is, you know, interesting. So, largely our party is going to have to be, I mean, obviously our hero is already pepped and can pep himself up in any battle. Just using, you know, the pep up power. And so what we'll do is, you know, we'll make sure everybody's pepped up that's in our main party. And then we will have to re-pep people up. That's the problem with the strategy, is it would be fine if what you could do is just get everybody pepped up, and then you'd be ready to go. But there's some crossover between Hallelujah and Electrolyte. Now, you could just use Electrolyte and get metal monsters, but then you wouldn't get Hallelujah, you know? And why would you want to do that? Now, something like this might actually work really well against something like Hardy Hands, except for the fact that there's no good save point near them. Whereas here, any monster battle, like any battle, Electrolyte will turn into one of two things. Either 3 metal monsters, or 3 robots. And ironically, what I found, and you'll see this in the next couple videos, because the next couple videos will be live of us doing this. What I found is that you actually want the regular metal monsters. You don't want the liquid metal ones. They actually seem to not do as well. So yeah, so we'll need to distribute our Pep Pips to, like, Sylvando's gonna need some, Jade's gonna need some. It won't hurt for our hero to have some. Only because of the repep up we have to do during, you know, the thing. Now, you don't have to use Dirge of Dundercell. Dirge of Dundercell, though, is free. I mean, if you just, it costs you 1 Pep Pip to get Rab pepped up. But then you can just use it. You don't have to use Dirge of Dundercell. It won't always put metal monsters to sleep. It will put them to sleep most of the time. So we'll just get these guys all pepped up, and then we're going to save. And then when we come back, this strategy in action. Yeah, I mean, without Dirge of Dundercell, you just really have to rely on Jade hitting with her crit hit skill, and Eric getting a turn before everything runs away. Because Eric, it's guaranteed. Eric can guarantee a crit. Which is nuts. It's such a nuts thing to put into this game. So there we go. So this is what I want, is all these people pepped up, plus our main character. So Jade, Sylvando, Eric, Rab are our main character. So, So, when we come back, we'll have that going on. And you will see gigantic skill leaps, or gigantic level leaps in this game. And I will see you guys for that. You take care. Bye, everybody.